Hey guys, AuspiciousAussie here, and welcome to episode 3 of the No Loan Challenge here on Transport Fever 2. Now, we're essentially kicking off where we left off last time. Of course, we built this beautiful passenger line that goes all the way down from, well, up from Atlanta down to Oxnard down here. And, at the end of the last episode, we really started to see the fruits of the labor. As you can see here, we've got 63 people waiting at this one bus stop that is essentially going to hopefully take people over to the Oxnard station. And with that, we're essentially going to make a lot of money. However, we are currently losing people at this station. So we're essentially going to be missing out on people potentially taking additional transport and, of course, making us more money in the long run. So I think what we need to do is go over to the depot here, and we're going to need to at least get a few more, I think maybe 4. Now, let me actually double check which line that is taking all these, well, that losing people. So it's the reverse bus loop. Alright. So let's get 4 more onto the reverse bus loop. So we'll buy those bad boys there, get them onto the reverse, which is the green line. Hopefully that'll start picking up people more frequently now, before we unpause the game. Let's head back over to Atlanta. And I just want to double check, make sure everything's, running pretty well, especially with our sort of main train line. Obviously we're losing crude there, but that's not too much of an issue because it is still just going to produce the maximum amount that it can. The fuel refinery, it looks like it's doing, pretty well. We did actually level that up, so it's hopefully going to be producing a little bit better with the refined oil that goes there. We might have to look at getting more transport onto these lines as well. The reverse bus loop over here seems like it's struggling, or it's about to start struggling in both of those areas. And we also have 62 people waiting for the train at Atlanta, the passenger train. So we've got some interesting things to think about here. So I might actually let's grab 3 more. Now we do have a pretty decent amount of money at the moment. So let's grab 3 more of those. And we're going to chuck those onto the Atlanta reverse bus loop there. Which I just want to double check that was the correct one. Yeah, reverse. And that one, I assume, is, yeah, reverse. Alright, perfect. Alright, let's play the game out again. We're in 1868. I'm not really too sure what we're going to do this episode. I haven't really planned anything. Because it is, obviously, well, it's been a couple of days since I recorded those first 2 episodes. I was having so much fun that I just essentially recorded them straight away. Now, This is where I think we want to probably get into next, and that is surprise. I mentioned it in the first episode. Also, I did actually move the camera, so the camera is now up in the left-hand corner, as opposed to the right-hand corner, and that is because I realized that I was blocking a lot of these screens here, where you couldn't actually see that we're actually leveling up or producing and shipping different things, so yeah, move the camera to the other side. Hopefully it's not going to block anything over there. We are making a lot of money, though. Before we unpause, we're at 1.6 million. We're already at about 2.3. I might want to slow this down a little bit, because we seem to be doing really well, which is, it's great. What we wanted to do. Are we still losing people here? We're not losing people. We're at 60, though. There's 60 people at that stop. Alright. So what we're going to do, we're going to do something down here. I think we're going to go with another train. Now, obviously, the smartest thing to do would be quarry the construction materials into Surprise. Do it that way. Which seems like it would be the smartest thing to do. And I think that's definitely what we're going to do. So the only time that it will actually run empty is when it's dropping off the finished construction material to the city and then running back to the quarry. So, let's start building. Alright. Need a cargo station yet again. I feel like we do kind of need it on an angle. I'm just wondering. We could go something like that. Or we could go something... Yeah, this is actually going to be a little bit difficult. Obviously, a triangle doesn't exactly help us too much. I guess something like that is possibly what we might go for. It does connect up. So let's go there. We could actually essentially connect straight on to here. But obviously we can't do that because I do kind of need it to go something like this. Just trying to think of how we want to actually make sure we do this sort of in the most beneficial way where the train lines aren't going to sort of curve too much. This one might have actually been a little bit smarter to do with maybe just, you know, transport vehicles themselves, the horse-drawn carriages. But I feel like a train here is going to be super fast and super efficient. And we have the money to do it, so... It was kind of hard to say no when I actually thought about it. Anyway, let's go right there, I guess. I can't really see any other way that's going to be more beneficial. Let's go down here maybe a little bit. It's going to have to be a really sharp turn, though. That's the only problem. Maybe if I aim it directly like that. We could do something a little strange with the line itself. What I could do is have it like that. And then we have the line come down and around and connect. I might do that instead, now that I think about it. So, let me go over here a little bit. And, let me get this, we'll try and get this straightened out a little bit. We might have to do the road first. Let's go there. Alright, so we're going to go there. And my thought process is to have it come down here, join here, but then we're going to have the opposite line just run straight through. And I feel like that'd actually be pretty beneficial. So let me connect up the roads here. And we'll get this sorted out properly. Alright. And I think we'll have it come up this way if we can. Alright, that should be pretty good. It's not exactly too straight. But you know what? Can't be perfect. You can't be perfect. Alright. So that looks relatively good. Hopefully they'll start building their own sort of lines coming out of here. And make the city look just a little bit nicer. Anyway, let's go back. We need another station, this time up here for the actual quarry itself. Now, I feel like this one can be just plomped right onto the side here. And again, I kind of want to just move it around a little bit, just so it looks nicer, that's so it's square. And I think that's pretty good. It's literally right on the edge of the quarry there. Alright, so yeah. Let's see if what I wanted to do is going to actually happen. So I want to have a bit of a curve to about there. So let's do that. Just a little curve there. Then I want to have, yeah, that looks pretty good. That's pretty much what I wanted to do. Is that actually connected up though? No, it is not. Okay, it's way too sharp of a turn. All right. I thought it might have connected up there for a second. Anyway, we're gonna have to come out here a little bit. We'll go out to about there. And then join those two up there. Alright. So that's actually sorted out. And like I said, that's kind of what I wanted. Just a nice little, almost like an S to an extent, but obviously a bit straighter than what you would expect. So for this one, we're literally going to come straight down. Hopefully just join it straight on, as straight as it can possibly get. Which I assume is probably right there. Yeah, there we go. That's exactly what I wanted. And as you can see, that's incredibly straight. And it goes all the way up to the quarry, which is what we want. We want it to be going as fast as possible back so I can start picking up and sort of start the run again, which is wicked. Now the next thing is, what do we do from this side? I assume I probably want it to just come straight through there. Let's go back up to the quarry. And we're going to grab it from here. Have it come out like that a little bit. And then we'll have it... Yeah, I mean, that's okay. I feel like that actually looks pretty good. So let's go with that. Does cross the road there, but that's not too much of a problem. As it's essentially going to be pretty slow coming into here anyway. Kind of wondering if we could actually get rid of this road altogether and actually have a road come from maybe the back here. I mean, there's essentially nothing else over here apart from another quarry, which, you know, we could look at bringing into here as well to up production, but yeah, so we could essentially make this road come out from the back here and essentially go round the back. I mean, that's obviously an idea. It's probably not going to matter too much, this road being through the middle. So we you know, we won't worry about it for now. But if it does become an issue, obviously, once we get into the 1900s, it could become a bit of an issue with traffic and stuff like that. Anyway, I think that looks pretty good. So let's chuck a few signals just around the place. They don't need to be too serious. That's going to be going out that way. We'll grab one there. It's essentially just going to be a loop, so there's not going to really be any traversing of opposite sort of directions or anything. So, I mean, these signals are more just for if we have multiple sort of trains coming in. Alright, that looks pretty good. We might chuck one in the middle here as well, just because. Alright. That looks really good. Now the question is, I guess we're going to have to just build another depot. Yeah, 100%. We are way too far away. Okay, so obviously not too much of an issue. I wonder if we could actually just plonk it right at the back there. Is there anything else? I mean, we might want to come through there and take it on to Downey. Because there are these other two cities here. I guess we could actually just build another train line. We're probably going to have a passenger line going from Surprise to Downey to Norwalk. Yeah. I'm not sure if we need to connect it up to there. So I guess I'm just going to put the depot right on the back here. Either way, it's only 80,000. I don't really think it matters too much. So, yeah, not going to worry about it. Alright. So with that said, we need to grab we need to start a new line. So let's go 1, 2, 3. So obviously quarry, to construction factory, and then obviously to surprise exchange. And obviously, number 1, we're essentially just loading up stone. Number 2, we are unloading stone. And obviously loading up on construction material. And then, of course, number 3, we are unloading that construction material. Now, I guess to begin, I do want it to wait until full, as that's probably going to make the most sense for us. Probably not at number 2, actually. Let me take that off. So I don't want it to wait there, because I think I want it to go through and then go and grab another load while that one's building out. And then I guess after the second time it reaches a quarry, we could then have it wait until full, as that kind of will probably make a bit more sense. Anyway, I've got to go check on other things, because we're slowly getting through the years, as you can see down there. So we want to grab the general. And then obviously we need a car or a train that's going to be able to transport. So that one is stone there. But obviously we can't essentially use that because it can't take construction material. So we're going to have a bit of a problem here, I've just realized. Interesting. We might have to run with 2 trains again. Which is actually a bit silly, because now this whole thing here is kind of obsolete to an extent. Unless, let me think about this for a second. Alright, so we get the general. And then I guess the box, sorry, we're going to need a gondola. So I guess we go maybe 5 gondolas. And then 5 flat cars. That's 2.5 million. Obviously 70 capacity. But it's only going to have 35 of each. So it's essentially only going to be running 35. It's a bit of a predicament to be in. Yeah, it's a bit of a predicament. It's not like the tank car, which can hold essentially everything that we need. So yeah, essentially all this track here it's kind of obsolete. Because we're going to have 2 separate trains and 2 separate lines, I think. I think what we'll do, let's buy one anyway. I think this definitely would have been better without using a train. But I'm going to make it work. We're going to make it work. Alright. So let's go with the general. And let's go with the gondolas. How many is that? That's 6 gondolas. Let's buy that. We're going to leave that there for a second. And we're going to go back to our line. And we're going to get rid of that. And we're also going to change this. So it's purely just going to be unloading there. Okay. So I guess now we can run that. Chuck that onto our new line, which is going to be this one here. Let's actually rename it before we forget. So this is going to be surprise stone to, I guess, construction. Obviously, we need to chuck in the T for the train as well. Almost forgot my own golden rule there. Just to keep things organised, but there we go. Alright. And again, we're going to chuck this one onto that pink line. I guess we can also make the train pink, why not? We've essentially done that for everything else, so... we're going to have a nice pink train. Alright, so that one's going to go. I'm kind of wondering how much we're going to be paying for this track here. Like I said, we could essentially keep that track because we might eventually run bricks up to Downey as well. Not too sure if I want to go through this sort of mountain here, though. Sounds expensive. Either way, let's get it to load up. It's slowly loading up, so there we go. And again, then we'll get another train running down here. It'll be interesting. It'll be very, very interesting. I guess this is kind of what happens when you don't really prepare what you're gonna be doing for the episode. Anyway, let's go back up here. Go double check out our 2 passenger lines that we've got going on at the moment. There's 55 people waiting at Oxnard passenger terminal. Again, we've still got heaps of people on, what is this, Dogwood Street, which is great. Pretty beneficial. Alright, let's go back over to Atlanta. And again, it looks like we've got heaps of people waiting here. We've got 74 people waiting at that station now as well, which is also really good to see. These look like they've sort of been taken care of with the... yeah, this one especially has really dropped down, which, you know, it's good in a way, but I guess it's also kind of bad. Kind of wondering if we have maybe too many vehicles on those lines now. Where is the other Atlanta? Yeah, it's essentially making a little bit of money. The Oxnard bus routes, they look really good. They're actually making a decent amount of money. Alright. So, you know, everything looks relatively good over here. We've also got a lot of food stacking up over here, which is nice to see. We might actually... yeah, we're actually losing bread there. So what we're going to do is configure that station. We're going to grab some more cargo. And we're going to chuck a few more of these down. Don't want to be losing any of the actual food itself, because it does take quite a while to, you know, have that actually come to fruition. Okay, I mean, it looks like it's doing okay. I mean, over here, obviously both of them are doing quite well. Of course, we do essentially have 2 lines over here, so... interesting. Alright. I think it definitely helped out having that sort of second line that we put on that food line there. Alright. Let's see, what's this guy doing over here? I'm assuming he's still waiting for that full load. Seems to be going really, really slowly. Which is, you know, it's a little bit strange. But obviously, we are spending money maintaining everything. Okay. We'll leave it be for a little bit, and then obviously we'll get the second train on there. Alright, let's go back up to... kind of wondering what we could actually do in Oxnard itself. See, we've got some crude here. We've got an oil refinery there, but we just don't have any. Any actual fuel refinery. I kind of feel like this is the only fuel refinery we have on the whole map, to be honest. But I mean, that can't really be the case, could it? I mean, there's one all the way over here in this corner, which kind of sucks because, I mean, it can't really be used for anything. I mean, we could maybe. I mean, there's one over here as well, actually. But we don't. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be any refineries close by. Well, actually, there is. There's one right next to it. What am I talking about? Okay. We've got another nice little triangle here. And we could somehow get that over to Oxnard. Let's try and think about that for a second. Obviously, we could drive it in through vehicles. But that would take a long time, and obviously there's only going to be sort of a minimal amount actually going there. Could go for another train. What we could do is maybe have a train. So we do something similar. Have crude just running to the refinery here. So it gets refined, and I guess we have another train taking it from the refinery to the fuel refinery. The refined oil. And then I guess we could have a track that leads all the way out to the water here. And then we go by a ship. It kind of seems like a pointless... I mean, it is kind of a big body of water. I'm just kind of wondering if it's kind of pointless to be doing that. I mean, it would almost make more sense to have the boat run up through here to Garden Grove. So it actually goes, you know, a decent distance. Or even Manchester. All the way over there. Very interesting. Either way. Just want to try and get a little bit more familiar with the map itself, because obviously we've only been kind of focusing on this bottom section between over here and obviously Oxnard and Atlanta. It also might be worth sort of venturing out into something else. So we could do maybe plastics and steel, and then go for goods, because obviously there's goods. There's a goods factory right next to Oxnard. I feel like down here would be like a main hub. And what I mean by that is, obviously, they're in the middle here. So we've got Surprise down here. We could have a passenger train coming up here. This be like a sort of a main terminal with like a proper passenger terminal station. What would it be called? It's called a terminus station. There we go. Obviously, we have a number of multiple tracks. Obviously, it would be 3 tracks, I would assume. We could probably just get away with 2, actually. And have one go that way, one go that way. And I guess have the Surprise line as well. I feel like that would be a pretty... That'd be a pretty interesting way to do things. Then again, we've also got some... yeah, I mean, this water down the middle really does present a few problems. Interesting. So, got a chemical plant up there. Obviously, we could get some plastic from that. So, crude to refined oil, and then the refined oil up there. But then we would still need steel, so where are we going to get our steel from? I guess up there. And we have, I guess, one of these running into there. It's all very interesting, all very confusing as well at the same time. And I'm still a little bit undecisive, but we have actually gotten a new train. We've got the Baldwin Class 56, as well as a horse-drawn streetcar as well, which I assume is a tram. Alright. So I'm guessing it's made a delivery. It's also now full, so let me pause it here. Alright. Let's get this second train ready to rock and roll, because that needs to start doing something down here. Let's go a new line. I essentially want to make this the pink color as well, just so I know what it is to an extent. So we're going to have this one be surprise. I guess we'll call it construction to city is essentially what it's going to be. Obviously by train as well. So there we go. And then obviously that's going to go from here just down into this city, and then obviously back and forth. So what we're going to need to do here as well is add a second platform and track as well. So there's that. And then we need some cargo platforms as well. And not messing it up would be great. Alright, so there we go. Let's just double check these lines. Okay. So, we need this one. Let me get rid of that. Let's get rid of this whole line for a second. So it's gonna go there. I'm gonna go back down to there. Still using the same platform, use number 2. I guess we'll go to the other line then. One of these lines needs to use... Oh, I know why. It's because we haven't actually connected the tracks. Fair enough. There we go. Alright, so that should be obviously able to go in there now. So that's fine, I would assume. Which one are we on? We need this one. Platform 2. There we go. Okay, we've fixed it. So that's fine because the other train never actually comes beyond this area. That'll always go in there. Okay, I think that's sorted out. Alright, that should be fine. Alright, we may as well go with the newest train, I guess. The Baldwin Class 56. Although it would actually be smarter for us to maybe swap the trains over. And have the faster train constantly pulling a larger load. I suppose it doesn't really matter because we can just upgrade the other one anyway. So there we go, construction. I mean, essentially we need to go with the same capacity in which we actually can't afford, so never mind. How much is that bad boy? That's $1 million. That's a pretty big increase. We might just go with the general. I think we'll just stick with that. That was pretty steep. That was very steep, actually. Kind of just waiting for our money to go back up, but I've just realized that we paused the game, so let's let it go for a bit, see what happens. All right, we've essentially got enough money now, so let's let's buy it, even though we're essentially about to run ourselves back into debt. I did want to pay off some more loan this episode, more of our sort of initial $5 million loan that you start off with when the game begins, but you know, we're doing some stuff. We're doing some stuff, so we want this to be profitable. So for now, I don't think we're going to be paying off any loans. And we want construction to city. All right. I want to see this bad boy come out of here. Yeah, so it looks like it's coming out, and I'm assuming it's just going to take this bottom line. So at least it will get used for something, which will be great. Alright, and there are bricks over here, ready to be picked up. Well, there's a brick, 2 bricks. Alright. And when I say bricks, I obviously mean construction materials. Why is it going that way for? Why is he going that way for? I don't really know why he's coming this way, to be honest. Let me, yeah, let me connect this real quick, because I feel like we're about to have some sort of problem. So let me do that. Let me chuck in a signal here as well. Tell this guy to wait. Hopefully that'll do something. Hopefully. Please, sir, please wait there. Yay! Alright, he waited. Crisis averted. Alright. We're learning signals. I still don't understand why he came that way. I guess I have signals running this way. But I would still just assume he would come straight down here, go to this platform, and then come, you know, his normal route up and down. Also, why didn't he stop there? That is the first station, or did I mess up? No? Surprise exchange, yeah, I mean, that's number 2. Yeah, I don't really get that one. That's an interesting one. Alright, so I guess the next thing we need to do is to get some vehicles running in here, because again, we're going to need some vehicles running the supplies out. So let's just get that. Would like to get it as close to the road as possible. Chuck it right there. Looks pretty ugly, considering this whole road is pretty diagonal. It definitely hurts the eyes. Anyway, doesn't matter too much. So there's the truck. So we're going to have to put down a truck unload stop as well. And essentially we want it to try and cover as much of the town as possible. I feel like right there's pretty ideal. Yeah, I feel like there's fine. Kind of wondering, do we actually need... Does the station actually lit up... Hold on. As you can see, the station is lit up white. So does that mean that it's going to unload into the town itself? I don't see how that could be possible. Anyway, let's play it forward. I want to see what happens here. Because bricks are being produced. So I don't exactly understand if we might not even need trucks. I might be completely wrong. Like I said, I'm not the best Transport Fever player. I love the game, but I'm not the best in the world at it, so don't crucify me if you know I'm doing something wrong. Because chances are, I'm either going to probably figure it out myself, or I'm probably going to do something different. And this is probably going to be one of the cases where I will actually, eventually work it out myself. Alright, so I'm curious. Let's see this first load coming in. I might actually increase the speed of time a little bit. We're pretty big in the hole at the moment. Especially for this this year, 1871. How much money are we actually making from this? It's only, what, 169,000 per load? Which is okay. Alright, so let me have a look. Surprise. So it looks like they actually did get bricks, so we don't actually even need to transport them in. Is that correct? I feel like, I mean, they're building, so they must be getting it. I mean, they're definitely growing, yeah. I mean, it went up to 11. Okay, well that's pretty interesting. That is definitely interesting. So, just for an experiment purpose, or is that... Ooh. Let me delete this for a second. I want to delete that. Ooh, we've got some new vehicles as well. We've got the horse-drawn carriage with side stakes and the covered horse-drawn carriage. So I think we'll upgrade most of our vehicles. But let me see. Is this going to... I'm assuming that put more in. Am I mistaken or what? It put more in. So we didn't actually need to have any trucks going, which is actually pretty awesome. That's very, very good. Or maybe I am mistaken. I think I'm mistaken, because I think it's only reaching this amount of people. Okay, I was wrong. Alright, let's build another truck station here, shall we? Sometimes you've just got to make a mistake and you've got to learn from it. And that's obviously what's just happened there. And now I can't get the perfect... There we go. Alright, it's pretty much back where I left it. So that's fine. Alright. Again, we're going to need a road depot as well. Which we can get right there, which is perfect. So bang, there's our road depot right next to the town itself. And let's go with these bad boys. I mean, there's really not a difference, is there? Is there a price difference? There is no price difference at all. So, we may as well just get these ones, I guess. Let's just go for 2, I guess. It is a very small route, so we're going to need another new line. Let's keep this one pink as well. And we're going to have it run from add station. Run from the depot to over there. And that should be pretty good. And obviously we actually need to adjust a few things, so let's have it load up on the bricks, and then obviously it's going to unload the bricks as well. And of course by bricks I mean construction material. So I'm hoping that that's going to work pretty well. We're only getting 23,000 though from those. And again we're going to need to change that. Hopefully the bricks will start to pile up here. That'd be pretty nice. Alright, so this is going to be... surprise? Kind of running out of names. Surprise... I guess construction delivery. I guess that kind of makes sense. And then obviously that's going to be a V for a vehicle. All essentially in the same sort of... Alright, so that had 6. Yeah, so there we go. They're actually being delivered, which is nice. Although, some of them... looks like some of them are probably just going straight in. Alright, so with this, actually... I guess next load will make it wait till full. Because obviously stuff is being stored. And I think we might try and increase this one. Yeah, so we've got a lot of money now, so let's do some editing. Because we do want to try and maximize this line. So that's for this one. Let's select this train. We're going to edit it. We're going to get the bold one added to there. And then we're going to get a few more gondolas as well. Let's go up to 84 capacity. We can't afford that. Oh, we actually can afford that. Let's do that. 84 capacity. It's a lot. But you know what? I think it should be fine. I'm kind of happy with this line now. You know, at first I was a little bit worried about it. A little bit. But you know what? I think it's actually kind of turned pretty good. Although now it's gonna be waiting for quite a while. Which is, you know, pretty interesting. I do like this view, though, of the actual quarry itself. It is definitely very enjoyable just to look at. I'm kind of just waiting for the train to turn around. I want to kind of see how long it is. Maybe even get a nice little screenshot there as well. It's getting there. You can kind of see it filling up. And we are on the fastest speed as well. Alright, it's only got about 8 to go. At the moment it's losing money, but I'm guessing a full load of it is hopefully going to do pretty well. And of course we do have the other one. You know, we've got it waiting at the other station, so that's hopefully going to take a full load, or at least somewhat of a full load. Well, it's sitting there waiting, which is not great, so I might want to reconsider that. Let's have it head off. Hopefully by the time it gets back, there'll be something for it there. Again, we're still tinkering with this line quite a bit. And of course, these bad boys actually hold 5 supplies instead of 4, as opposed to the other normal lines. So I think what we will do, let's go back up here. Go back to Oxnard. Again, we've got a bit of a build up here now. We've got 52 people there. How many vehicles do we have on that line? So the reverse line, we've got 6 vehicles. And the normal line, we've only got 2 vehicles. So are they waiting for the normal line? Yeah, they're waiting for the normal line. So what we're going to do, we're actually going to just take 2 vehicles off this. And we're simply just going to chuck them onto the other normal line. I think that should be alright. So we've got 4 on there now, and we've got 4 on there. Hopefully they'll sort of take care of themselves. What we could do is actually upgrade them. Let's replace them with the Oh, we didn't actually get any upgrades. It's purely just for cargo. Okay. Alright, never mind. I was for some reason I thought we got an upgrade there, but I guess we didn't. Alright, so we still got 62 people. We might want to think about adding some more passenger cars to this train here. Because it can only hold 56. And obviously we've essentially got 60 or over its capacity waiting at each... Oh, we've got a lot of people waiting here. 134 people. Yeah, let's upgrade that train. Alright, so which line is that? That is our Atlanta to Oxnard passenger. Let's select him. Let's edit the selected vehicle. And of course, we've got the passenger car, but we could also actually upgrade from the General up to the Baldwin Class 56. So I'm thinking we'll probably do that as well. I feel like that's going to be pretty beneficial. So let's get rid of him. Add in the Baldwin. And then we're also going to... Ooh, I think we just got a new... Is that a new passenger car for here? It is. Okay. And that can hold 16 as opposed to 14. Although it does have a much heftier price. I don't really think it's worth it, to be honest. I think we're just going to stick with this one. So let's go up to... Well, I mean, it stays mediocre for quite some time. I think 100 capacity is probably enough. So right there, we can afford that. That's a 98 capacity. And that's going to cost us about 2 million. Let's do it. There we go. So we essentially got a train upgrade in there as well. And added up to about 100 capacity. Which is, it's nice. It's very nice. And we have a lot of bread up here. A lot of food. We've got 44. So what we're going to need to do here as well is we're going to find this line here. And I think what we're going to do, so we've got, what, how many vehicles here? Looks like 7. So what we're going to do is replace all of those with these. Oh, we also got the stagecoach, which is actually the next upgrade. So let's upgrade to all those. Get the nice blue color there. We might also want to add a few more. Purely onto that line. We also might want to configure this just so it can hold a little bit more. So there we go. That should be beneficial for that area. Still looks like it's actually going to lose food. That actually maxed out straight away. Interesting. Yeah, that's pretty strange. I guess that's kind of the 120 might be the max. Let me click on the farm for a second. This is 200. Interesting. All right. And then obviously over here, so I guess we'll get a few more vehicles onto that line itself. So, where's our nearest depot? I think we have a depot over here, don't we? Alright, so that is this line here. And let's buy some more vehicles for that one as well. Let's go with another 5, I think. So we'll chuck them onto the food to the city line. And then I want to just color them all. Alright, there we go. So hopefully that'll get some more food over into Atlanta. How is Atlanta doing itself? 120% growth, which is nice. Although we are getting a negative 30% for emissions. It's down to 20% now. And as you can see, the food supply is still pretty low. So there's definitely some room for improvement there. And we've still got like 132 people waiting. Obviously, once this train comes in here, it's going to solve a few of the issues. That got we got $1 million from that one train load. That is incredible. Alright, let's go back down to surprise. I want to keep a... Okay, things look like they're going pretty well now. And we're actually losing our construction materials here as well. And I just realized we essentially can't configure this anymore. Unless we want to destroy some buildings. So there we go. We're going to destroy a building there. Because I don't want to lose supplies. Obviously, losing a building... There we go. They just rebuild it straight away. So that's perfect. Another thing we might do is add maybe 2 more vehicles onto this one as well. Let's get 2 more. And we're going to chuck them onto construction delivery. That's fine. How many bricks have we got waiting over here now? Only 12. Which isn't great. I wonder if this is still waiting for full loads. It probably is. I don't think I ever actually took it off. Yeah, it's still waiting for full loads, which I don't like. Not anymore. It was, you know, beneficial when it first started. But we need the bricks down here as fast as possible. And that is actually a bit of a longer distance than this distance here, so... It's interesting. But yeah, surprise has grown quite a lot as well. It's literally up 100% already. And we're actually almost maxing out the construction materials. We were at 68 out of 88, so... We might not actually have to touch this line anymore. How full is that? It's only half full, so once that starts getting full, and it's dropping full loads, and the bricks are actually coming out of here fast enough, that might be fine. And how much is this leaving with? It's leaving with 71. That's pretty close to perfect. We essentially just need it to be a little bit faster. Obviously, what we could do is have 2 trains, but with lower capacity. Maybe like 50 capacity, have 2 trains running, just double track it up, and then have signals at the end. That could be pretty interesting as well. Either way, I think that's going to wrap us up for this episode, guys. I feel like we've definitely progressed. We've done some silly things, like building this track up to here. Because obviously, the carts that we're going to use, well, the gondolas and the, what was it, flatbeds with side rails or whatever it was. They're obviously different types, so it's going to, you know, it essentially prevented us from doing that. Either way, that doesn't really matter too much. The passenger train has been massive. Alright, let's repay the whole loan, I think. We may as well do that for this episode. It's expensive, but there we go. We are loan free. We are loan free. We are no longer paying any interest, and everything we make from our own company is all profit. Interesting. There's lots of people over here. So I think next episode we're going to upgrade to the stagecoach for both of our bus routes. Either way, been a great episode. Thank you for watching. Please make sure you give the video a like before you click off. And of course, if you're a new viewer, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell as well. And apart from that, guys, as always, take it easy and goodbye.